Well, Cowboy Jim, I hope y'all are doing well today. I hope you're paying attention to what is going on in the world within the realm of probability, possibility. I have not had my morning news fix yet. I will after this little video is done. I hope it gets done. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I just had breakfast. Good Irish Canadian breakfast up here in Fort McMurray, where we Canadians are cleaning up the greatest natural oil spill known to mankind. Emphasis natural oil spill. Natural. And we, in our politeness and Canadianism, we're just trying to do the best we can with what we have to work with. And it is my most sincere prayer that we will behave ourselves as Canadians should, with respect, giving due diligence to our attitudes. Oh, I have a bit of trouble with that one, children. But I am learning there is yet hope in that I am alive. And while you're alive, there's always some hope you might make the right choices, the right decisions. So I am not sure because I had to have breakfast before I watched too many different news channels in order to protect myself from the potential of heartburn or worse. And but I'll get to it pretty soon. So, being a self-appointed Irishman who doesn't have that much to say, well, certainly not on an intellectual level, I just really want to show encouragement to Canada and the United States of America. Canada, because we make choices. We are into acceptance of diverse opinions. We are a land of immigrants. My First Nations brothers and sisters may not agree with that quite as much, but that's okay because we have the capability as Canadian citizens, and I am a Canadian citizen. Thanks to Andrew Martin, he was my great granddad. Come over from Ireland in 1857 and had a lot of kids. One thing about the Irish, we know how to go forth and propagate. Oh, we have that one down pretty pat, children. And my grandpa, Jim Martin, my dad said one day, he said, one thing you may not know about your grandpa is he never went very far without his Bible. Mine's too big to carry, so I carry it in my heart. I always try to make sure that when I look at a situation, if I'm not too quick, I have been a bit too quick to assess without possibly all the data, information. And I try so diligently to honor God, country, my fellow Canadians, because there's an expression, I don't really like it. It's at the end of the day. Oh, I heard that so many times, at the end of the day. Well, I'm 72, so I'm a little pouty about that expression because I don't think I'm at the end of the day. I think I'm right about the point of watching the sunrise come up. Well, that's called delusional, but nonetheless, here it is. I am what I am. Recently, we Canadians have, some of us, have been condemned with being racist. What a dumb thing. I mean, it seems to me like when people don't know how to articulate the English language or any other language for all that matters, but they have an axe to grind, statements to make, and political views to espouse. And trust me, I'm walking real careful because YouTube's a privilege. And I'll walk in it respectfully. I am a Canadian. Irish Canadian, but Canadian. When people don't know how to articulate the English language, which is the only one I'm in authority over and I'm self-appointed, they condemn one another with a horrible word. It's called racism. It seems to me like if people don't know how to find truth, but have concluded that the truth they choose to believe in is correct, is right. A lot of sayings, there's a part truth to that statement. There's a semblance of truth to that statement. Nowadays, I guess in many ways, it's called talking points. But my brothers and my sisters who run truck down there in Ottawa, you really be careful that you do what is right. You honor our country. You honor one another. When you see anyone defiling a statue or picking on people of diverse belief systems, it's their choice. That's what we fought for. Our ancestors fought for, was freedom of choice. Truckers, I know you won't. Don't be hard on them. But you guard yourselves against those who aren't truckers, whose attitude is not that of being a polite Canadian, a respectful Canadian. Because in every good thing, there will be those who have political agendas, and they will do everything possible to infiltrate that which is good. And if you aren't careful, it'll be like that man who was carrying a flag from Confederate flag Oh, you couldn't see who he was. He wasn't a big man. He was actually a small man. And the real truckers told him to get out of Dodge. They didn't use those words, but I run a 2001 Dodge Cummins, 1-ton dually, long black. Well, but you are going to have people who will try to bring shame on what is otherwise an absolutely peaceful demonstration. And you will have people who try to taint, really, a picture that is not reflective of who you truckers, you Canadian truckers of diverse nationality. I'd like to meet that Sikh man who was interviewed, and he, being part of the trucking organization in Canada, who have been soundly condemned for being racist. In Canada, there's no room for racism. That's why we Canadians won't tolerate it. If we're condemned for being racist because we espouse an opinion that does not necessarily agree with the direction the wind is blowing in, we still try to do it respectfully. So be nice to one another. And if you real Canadian truckers notice infiltrators, I don't know what you can do. But if you see someone demeaning those things that our ancestors fought for, freedom, demeaning freedom, urinating where they shouldn't, eating food. If you listen to our Canadian news, you will be horrified to hear what is being said about Canadians, truckers. I run a haul truck, one of the best mines in the world. You Canadian truckers, you guard yourselves. You make sure that before you speak, you think, you process thought. Understand, it's not just your heart. It's not that fire in your heart. That's my Irish problem. Too much fire, not enough on my part, intellectual thought process. But don't you let intellectualism interfere with your objectivity. Look a little bit beyond what it is that you see people are trying to do. I just encourage you, Canadians, Canadian truckers, honor our country as I know you will. Honor God. You can call him by whatever name you want. I choose to call him God. It's my choice. It's my freedom. I'm walking in it. I will not demean another because they have political affiliations that are different than mine. They have sexualities that are sure different than mine. but I won't demean them, because I won't give people who wish to demean us as Canadians a bad rap sheet. I pray that the Canadian politicians will man up. Well, I don't mean just the men. I mean all Canadian politicians. You say and you do what is right. And may God bless us. May God bless Canada. And may God bless. Don't mean to wreck your day, children. So I'll just say this. God bless you. And you have a good day. You do what's right. God bless.